Hi there, and welcome back to Change Coach Conversation number 2. Can I really make a living at this? So, a lot of people initially doubt or question whether they can make a living, support themselves as a coach or as a change coach in this case. And here's the thing about what we do. We give people as change coaches, and especially if you are doing any kind of coaching from this understanding, we give people the one thing that is more important to them than anything else in the entire world. We give them peace of mind. We help them find freedom from habits and insecurity and worry and relationship struggles. But really, what we do when we're doing that is we give them mental and emotional freedom. We show them things, we point them in a direction that allows them to be at home in life, to be safe in their own skin and to just feel like themselves. And that is the thing that is behind anything and everything all humans are doing. Now, granted, people are not all walking around saying, I need peace of mind. Quite a few people are. So even if you just focused on the ones who were saying, I need peace of mind, that's a huge market. But yes, people are not walking around saying, I need mental and emotional freedom. They're saying, I have this problem and I have that problem. But we know that this is what we're giving. We can give them, we can speak to what they think they need and want. And ultimately, they find something so much bigger and deeper. And it's just incredible. And it is the thing that everyone is looking for, whether they say it in these words or not. So we are giving the most important thing. And it is not only the most important thing, it is the most important thing to literally everyone on earth. So we have something that is very highly desired, huge need for what we can offer as coaches, as change coaches. We have a market of 7.8 billion people, pretty big market. And in my humble opinion, what we do when we help people with these things from this perspective, from this understanding that we share in change coaching is hands down, not even a question, the best, most effective, most long-lasting, deepest way to do this. Better than therapy, better than medication, better than other kinds of coaching. This is how it looks to me that we are going right to the source. So not only do we have this gigantic market of almost 8 billion people, we're giving them the thing that every one of them wants more than anything in the world. We're delivering it in a way that is better than how anyone else is doing it. So yeah, there's a market for this, and for sure we can make a living at this. Now, you might be with me so far on that, right? And okay, fine, but a lot of times I think when we're concerned, but can I do this? We're concerned about ourselves. We're looking around and we're saying, I don't know that I can do this. And that's a different story, but that is something, again, that I want to help you see through. So I think we look around, especially now, and we see people who are doing well and seem to have successful coaching businesses or any kind of business, really. And they're doing a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. When I first started coaching in 2007, it's like we networked. You went places, literally went places and said, hey, I'll give a free workshop or a free talk. And then you got clients that way. But you also just talked to people. You made relationships with the people around you and you told people what you were up to. And that was kind of it, because that's all we had. A couple years into my coaching career, there was blogging and different, more online things started to show up. But that stuff was not there initially. So we just did what we knew to do. Now, there are so many options. There's so many things. And I totally get how that can feel really overwhelming. So I talk to a lot of new coaches who are like, I want this so much, but I'm not an entrepreneur, or I don't want to go. I'm not a writer, and I don't want to make videos, or I don't want to be on social media, or I don't want to talk about my private life. And I get it. And I want you to know you don't have to. You do not have to do all of those things. You do not have to do most of those things. All we ever have to do to really get some momentum going and to make a living at this is to find a couple things, even just one thing. Start with one thing that is aligned to you, that feels good to you, that you want to do, that you can see yourself doing, and do it well and do it consistently. And it will start to catch on. It really will. Like, you will start to build some traction. So if you told me I had to go do networking events, I had to go out in the world and in rooms of strangers and try to convince them or talk about what I did to people who don't know anything about this, oh my gosh, I'd be horrible at it and I'd quit. I wouldn't do it. But I don't have to do that, and I don't do that, and I've never done that. What I can do is take a question someone sends and speak about it on video and turn that into Ask Amy. And I'm really good at doing that every single week for a lot of years. And there's things like that we can all just find ourselves aligned with. All you have to do, again, is find one or two things and do them consistently. And as we're doing that, we're learning along the way. We're improving what we're doing. We're learning how to say things in a different way, and our messaging is tweaking. And all of that happens by being in action. It doesn't happen by knowing how to do all this ahead of time out of context. It knows by jumping in, or we know by jumping in and doing it and then learning as we go. And again, when we do this and we do it consistently and it's something that we love, we can do it consistently. When it's something that's not painful for you, you will do it consistently and it will start to pay off. If I were to try to force myself to do networking events, not only would I quit eventually, I'd be horrible at it. It wouldn't really pay off because I wouldn't want to be there. It'd be obvious, And so I just want to say that too, like, you do not have to, and please don't force yourself to do things that are not aligned for you because you think that you're supposed to or someone else is. There are as many ways to start a coaching business as there are coaches. Honestly, we're all doing this in our own way. The thing about doing things consistently too can be a little tricky for our mind because initially nothing happens. So I don't know anyone, never have ever, who has, a huge YouTube following right out of the gate. I don't know anyone who is paid to do speaking from the stage, in their first few months of coaching. Like, you work your way up to this. I don't know anyone who has a super full, jam-packed coaching calendar right away without kind of doing some stuff for a while first. So, when I first started blogging, I was blogging 3 to 4 blog posts a week for a long time, and nothing happened until it did. And then when it did, I had all this content. I had all this stuff behind me. I was good at it by then because I'd done it long enough. I learned along the way. So all we ever have to do is find some things that align to us and do them consistently. And when I work with change coaches, we have change coaches who have a successful practice that's supporting them. Some of them by just talking with people about what they do. They are the opposite of me. They will go to events, or they'll just talk with even people in their life. They'll talk to their dentist or their doctor or their banker, and they are always telling people what they're up to and offering free sessions, and they have a full calendar from that. Others are on TikTok and Instagram, and they love that. Others write books. So again, we've seen every single thing work along the way. None of them are doing everything. I'm not doing everything. All of them who are successful at this are doing something, and it's something that aligns to them. So in our training, we have a whole Build Your Business course at the end, and that whole month is about working with each coach individually to help them see, hey, what do you want? Like, what feels good to you? What kind of practice do you want to create? What kind of business do you want to create? And what do you want to do to get that going? And it just gets to be really personal. It's really easy that way. So I hope this is helpful. I'm not going to say it's easy or fast because it doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy. It usually isn't super fast. But when you find something that's aligned and you do it consistently, it will pay off. And that's the only way I've ever seen anyone, including myself, create any kind of business that's sustainable and successful. And it's awesome. It's great news because we don't have to do everything. So if you want to be trained in a really top-notch, highly supportive environment, really learn how to point people toward what it is that they want, that thing, that peace of mind, that freedom that literally all humans want, whether they know it or not. If you want to learn to do that in a really incredible way and get some great business support along the way, I would love for you to join us in the Change Coach training that starts in January. And I will be back here next week with another Change Coach conversation.